Hello and welcome to another video tutorial. My name is Annika. I'm a digital scrapbooker, and today I want to talk with you about a photo editing technique called cinematic look. It's color grading, a color correction, which is very popular at movies, and I have to give you a warning. If you watch this video and you get a little bit of information from me about this cinematic look, you will have a different look at movies. I do. Every time now when I watch a movie, I have a closer look at the colors and which color gradients are in the movie. And also on images, I found a lot of images which have this cinematic look. A very popular cinematic look is the teal and orange. This means you have in the shadows a teal, cyan or blue tint, and in the highlights you have this orange yellow tint. And as I told you, this is a technique which comes from Hollywood, and a lot of movies have this color grading. And if you type in a search engine cinematic look, go and watch the images and you have an idea what this look is. Every time if you put complementary colors in an image, you can pop out an object. And if you don't know what are the complementary colors of the red, green and blues are, you can go to Window and Info, and here you can see your RGB colors are red, green, blue, and here on the side are the opposite colors. From red is cyan, from green is magenta, and from blue is yellow. So if you forgot this, you can go to the Windows and Info. And now let's start. We have this photo here, and let me say why we use this color grading, and what is color grading and what is the opposite to color correction. If you make a color correction, you only correct the contrast, or if it has a color tint in it, you will reduce this, the brightness, the darkness, the white balance. These are all color correction, and you try only to optimize the image, and you are very close to the original and to a realistic look. And if you make a color grading, this is a creative color correction. This means there is no wrong or right, and this is the good part in this. So you can edit your photo in any creative way you like, and you need to take a little bit. You need to take care a little bit of the colors in a skin. So don't make it too orange, or if you use other color combination, don't make it too green or blue or whatever. But if you want the person has a green skin, then do it. You are free to edit your photo in your way. And with this color grading, you can create emotions, and you can create an atmosphere, and you can achieve feelings. For example, in this photo now you see, let's say, a sad man sitting on the floor, and you can make this feeling stronger for the viewer if you use this color tint from teal and orange. And we will try this now. I watched a lot of video tutorials about this cinematic look. Some use only adjustment layer curves, some use the raw filter, and I found a way. I use all this technique because I'm not a professional photo editor. I'm not a photograph. I do it only for my purpose, and I have a lot of fun in editing photos. And perhaps you are good at the curves and you can achieve the effect only with curves, then it's fine. You don't have to use all the adjustment layers which I use, but I want to show you how you can achieve this look. So let's start. We apply first a curves level, and we will increase the contrast a little bit, and we only want the contrast on our bright part and light part, and not on the colors. This is why I changed the blend mode only to luminosity, which is brightness. And now you can go to your curve and increase a little bit the contrast. So we apply another curves level, and this time I want the colors, and I jump into my red channel, and now we start with the color grading. If you want to have this cinematic look with the teal and orange, this means we need cyan in the shadows and orange in the highlights. So we need to put this slider to the right to reduce the red in the shadows. And you can see the opposite color of red is cyan. And we want to have a little bit of orange red in the highlights, so we need more red in the highlights. So we put this slider to the left, sorry. Okay, then we go to our green channel and we add a little bit of green. So we drag this slider up a little bit. And if you want to add a little bit of magenta, so put the slider down and you add magenta, you can see. So just a little bit, not too much. And the blue channel, we add a little bit of blue. We drag the slider up to add blue, not too much. And we want, again, orange in the highlights, and we add a little bit of yellow. Okay, and this is all. You have now this orange and teal cinematic look. But now I will add these two curves in a group, and let's name this curve, so we know this is edited with curves. And I will now edit the color balance and make my mask active. And then I go to select and color range, and here I first start with my highlights, and all what is red in this image is not selected and will be not affected. So here with the sliders you can choose which areas you want to select. Remember, we want the highlights, we want orange, so the skin should be orange, and of course a little bit of these highlights, so it's just fine, this selection. And now go to your adjustment layer, and we go to the sliders here, and we increase a little bit of red and yellow, a little bit of magenta. You can see if you put the slider to the left, it's very orange, and it's up to you. If you like this, then it's just fine. As I told you, there's no right or wrong. And we apply another color balance, make the mask active, go to select color range, and now we choose the shadows. And what is red is not selected, so the skin is not selected, part of the wall. It's okay, the selection. And I go to my adjustment layer and I add a little bit of magenta and blue, and green is always nice. And I put these two layers also in a group. So this is my editing only with the color balance. And this is without the color balance. So in this case, with this image, it would be enough to edit it with only with the curves. I tried a lot of photos, and there are some photos you need other adjustments layer too. So this is why I will show you which ways you can achieve this effect. And in this case, we would not use the color balance, but it's okay now. And you can now add, for example, a saturation adjustment layer. Also go to this mask and go to select, and we can choose our highlights again. It's fine, this selection, which Photoshop did for me. It's okay, but you can change the area which is selected with the sliders, and now you can increase the saturation of the highlights. And again, saturation, make the mask active and go to select and color range, and now we choose the shadows. It's again okay, this selection. If you want, you can change it here, but in this case it's okay for me. And we can, for example, desaturate. And also with the saturation you can increase different feelings, different atmosphere. Okay, and I will put this also in a group and call this saturation. Saturation. And finally we can add a gradient, and we have this teal gradient here, and I change the blend mode to color burn, and I reduce the opacity completely to 0, and now I start slowly to increase it and find the point I like. So in this case I like this, and you have a wide range to play with the opacity. And that's it. And now you have the before photo, which is only a man sitting on the floor. I think he's sad, and with this cinematic look you can make this feeling stronger, or you can achieve completely different. There are also other colors which you can use. Of course, you can, if you type in your search engine, for example, the movie Amelie, you will find this red and green color grading in the movie, and you get another. This is of course a more warmer feeling you will get than this blue, cyan, teal and orange. So that's very simple and very fast, and it needs a little bit of practice. Perhaps you have fun and you want to try this, so do it and enjoy it, and see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.